Hello everyone, my name is Tommy.
I'm Mackenzie.
And welcome back to Backstage Thoughts. Today we are going to rank each of the 11 countries that appear as pavilions in the World Showcase in EPCOT. We're going to be taking all the different factors into consideration here. If they have any attractions or rides, if they have any restaurants, and how many restaurants they have, and how good those restaurants are. The theming in general, the shopping, pretty much everything that each country has to offer is going to factor into our ranking. Before we get into it, I do also want to mention that you should follow our other platforms and social media accounts and stuff. We have TikTok. We recently posted a video on there that is exclusive to TikTok. It's not something you would see on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, link in the description. Also down there are links to our Twitter and our Instagram. Be sure to give us a follow on there as well. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So Kenzie, would you like to introduce us to number 11?
In last place, number 11, is the UK Pavilion. The UK Pavilion does not have an attraction. It has one quick service restaurant and then one table service restaurant.
It's a little bit small compared to the other countries, I feel like. And the table service restaurant that they do have is not something I would really ever choose to go to for the food. Sorry, any British people out there, your food's just not that good compared to pretty much any other country. At least the countries that are represented in the World Showcase in EPCOT. I would take pretty much anywhere else over the Rose and Crown. There's like a cool atmosphere, right? Because it's like a pub atmosphere or whatever, get drinks or whatever. But the food itself, I'm picking somewhere else.
I'd say the best thing that the UK has to offer is the topiaries there are usually really good during Flower and Garden Festival, and Mary Poppins used to do a meet and greet there. I don't think she still does.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, but that was a real positive for me when that happened.
Also, I heard, and I can't confirm this, but I heard in the past you used to be able to dial the phone booth that was in the UK Pavilion. I think sometime in the 90s they cut this off, but apparently, allegedly, don't know if this is true, you used to be able to call into that number, and if someone happened to be in, you could have a conversation with them or something. But yeah, UK Pavilion, kind of underwhelming. Food's not great, and just overall, not as much to offer as the others.
I feel like it was definitely one that we always just walked through. Yeah. We never were really stopping to hang out in the UK Pavilion, at the UK Pavilion.
No. In 10th place, second to last place, is the American Adventure. Similar to the UK, the food is whatever. It's underwhelming. It's not where I would choose to go when I have all these other options available to me. They do have some pretty good drinks in the United States Pavilion. Obviously, American beer and whatnot, but and they have a good variety of not big brand name beers, almost like craft beers and stuff too. And then I mentioned in our EPCOT Park Guide, there's a little booth on the edge of the United States area that has had a variety of different festivals. Is it different frozen drinks with moonshine
drinks,
and I had two of them. I had one was blackberry with a mix with a frozen pink lemonade, and the other was apple pie flavored, and those are both really good. So a little extra points above the UK there, in my opinion, for that.
And they also have the American Adventure show inside the pavilion also, so that puts it a little bit above also.
Yeah, agreed. I think the United States, the American Adventure, whatever it's called, the United States Pavilion loses points also because that's the country that you're in. And I understand, it kind of may appeal to international guests, people that don't live in the United States, but as someone that lives in the United States, I have no reason to go to the United States Pavilion. That's where I live.
Number 9 is Morocco. Morocco was one of those countries we also just walk through. There was never much going on when we were passing through Morocco. We did go in and see the art exhibit that was in Morocco, and that was pretty cool. I've eaten at the Spice Road, which is the table service restaurant.
I think it's one of two, although I think one is temporarily closed right now. Restaurant Marrakesh, I think.
Yeah, that's on.
So yeah, they have multiple food options there. But go ahead, sorry.
When I ate there when I was younger, so I don't really remember much. But I know that they did have belly dancers, just roaming around as you were eating.
it's a pretty cool pavilion. Obviously multiple restaurants to choose from, interesting food, belly dancers, but there's nothing that really like stands out to the point where, you know, I'm going to EPCOT and I'm like, wow, I have to go to Morocco to get this thing.
Yeah.
Right. And some of these other countries definitely have that. So Morocco, not bad by any means, right? But it still comes in 9th place here just because the others have an additional appeal maybe that Morocco doesn't. It also doesn't have, other than that exhibit, it doesn't have any attractions or shows or anything.
Yeah.
So 9th place for Morocco. In 8th place is China. China has some pretty large shopping areas, which is a plus for it. It does have an attraction, but it's kind of a pointless attraction in my opinion. Reflections of China, it's just you walk into a room and there's like screens all around you and it shows like a short video. I've done it. I don't really ever see a need to do it again. So I don't think that doesn't really add too much to China for me.
Yeah.
As far as the food, it's okay. It almost feels, it doesn't feel like actual, it feels like Americanized Chinese food, like the same kind of Chinese food you could get at your local
Chinese restaurant.
Chinese, right? Depending on where you live, I guess. But,
yeah.
The food it isn't anything spectacular. The drinks also good, not anything.
Yeah, they
spectacular.
have like bubble tea and just like small carts with drinks like that. But
yeah, overall kind of cool. I like the shopping experience. I'm not a big shopper, but if that is something you're interested in, China does have more options than a lot of the other countries.
China also has that area behind where like the shopping center part is. If you keep walking through there, you get to like they have all of the costumes from different Disney parks around the world, which I think is really cool. Yeah,
that is a good point. I kind of forgot about that. The only thing I remember seeing in there specifically was the costume for pirates in, was it Shanghai or Tokyo?
Yeah.
Tokyo?
One of the two. I think it was Tokyo, but
that is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, I forgot about it until we started talking about it, but
so yeah, China again, just like it's kind of in the same vein as Morocco to me. Pretty cool, but the other ones are better.
Yeah. At number 7, we have Canada. Canada also has an attraction similar to China where it's just a room and you're watching screens all around you. What puts Canada above China is the steakhouse restaurant that they have. I personally have not eaten there, so
it's good. It's way better than the 9 Dragons in China. It's expensive. It's on the pricier side, but you're going to get a good steak. And in addition to the Circle Vision thing that they have, Canada Far and Wide, they also have a stage outside where they have live performers sometimes. Bands from Canada performing. They kind of tell you like where they're from too. Like they're from Vancouver, or they're from Calgary, or they're from wherever.
And I also feel like Canada has better snack and drink options as well.
Yeah. Maple popcorn. They got a wide variety of different beers.
They have like their signature like Ottawa apple drink.
And there is a cool little shop in Canada as well. I remember getting like a hockey jersey or something. Not like an official hockey jersey, but like a knockoff hockey jersey, you know? Like one that just says like hockey on the front or something.
It says like Mickey on the back.
I think it said Canada on the front. It didn't have any names or anything on the back or something. But Canada's a really solid country. Lots of things to do and eat and drink and experience there. At number 6 is Italy. Italy's an interesting one. Via Napoli was like a go-to restaurant for me growing up for a long time. Every time we went to Disney, we went there one day. It's a really good restaurant. If I liked wine, I would probably put Italy even higher, but I don't like wine, so as far as the beverages in Italy, I usually kind of skip over it, and I think you probably do too.
I've never eaten at Via Napoli, so I cannot weigh in on if the food is good.
It's good. Everything's good there. The pizza's good there. The entrees are good there. Regardless of what you get, it's good. Their meatballs. The meatballs were a big thing.
Are they like big meatballs?
No, they're small, but they're made entirely of veal.
Oh, okay.
So normally meatballs are a mix of like beef, veal, and I think pork.
Yeah.
But the ones at Via Napoli are just veal, which is obviously the best meat. So
obviously.
Honestly, looking at like from an objective standpoint, maybe some people would put Italy lower, but I think I just have too many nostalgia-related connections to it. It was always like a big part of Disney trips for me growing up, so I think that's how it kind of ends up at 6 here.
At number 5, we have Germany. Germany does not have any attractions. However, I have eaten at the beer gardens before, and the beer garden restaurant before, and it's really good. And it's not like really good, but it's a really nice environment.
Yeah, it's cool. I think the food's pretty not bad, but like
basic.
Towards the bottom of the list of restaurants in Epcot.
It's not like super good, but the experience is really fun.
Okay.
I think it is.
Okay.
I don't know.
To each their own.
So, what is really putting Germany above Italy right now?
For me?
Yeah.
The drinks and the snacks.
Okay.
I really like the pretzel, although recently, the last time we went, it was stale, and I was very disappointed. But when those pretzels are fresh, they are awesome. The variety of beer is good. I like the grapefruit beer quite a bit.
That is actually the only beer that I like.
Period. Not even
no, not in like Epcot, not in Germany, period. I also really like the caramel shop that they have. I think that's really cool. Most of the snacks that they have there are really good also.
At number 4, we have Norway. I think the fact that there is a ride here kind of carries it a little bit. Frozen Ever After is a solid ride. If you want more of our opinions on it, a ride ranking video might be for you. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. There is a table service restaurant in Norway. We've had some drinks there that were pretty good. But yeah, what's really putting this above Germany and Italy, and even like Morocco and China, is the fact that there's a ride there, and it's a pretty good ride.
Yeah.
It's a decent ride.
At number 3, we have Japan. Japan has a really great shopping experience, which I think puts it above everything else that we've listed, even though it doesn't have an attraction.
If we were ranking just on shopping, Japan would be number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they also have... We ate at the quick service restaurant before, and it was really good food. I have eaten at the table service restaurant.
The hibachi one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have too.
Okay.
I've eaten at Are there 2 table service restaurants there, or is it just the hibachi section and the other section?
I think it's just the hibachi section and the other section.
Okay, because I've eaten at the hibachi part, and then I've also eaten at like a regular table at a restaurant in Japan also, and they were both good. Just a slight correction from future Tommy. There are actually 3 table service restaurants in Japan. Tappen Ito is where I had the hibachi, and apologies for all my pronunciation here. Tokyo Dining is where I ate at a table. However, that restaurant no longer exists. It's being replaced by a new sushi restaurant. And Takumi Thai also exists. Again, apologies for my pronunciation. And I've definitely never eaten there. And the way I know that I've definitely never eaten there is because it costs $250 per person. Good shopping. Good kind of atmosphere in Japan. Even though it doesn't have an attraction or anything, it still really stands out as one of the more fun countries to go to.
Yeah.
We have 2 countries left. If you've seen our newlywed game video, you probably know what numbers 1 and 2 are. I mean, you've got it narrowed down, right? But you probably know the order if you've seen that video. Number 2 is going to be Mexico. And Mexico is great. Margaritas, obviously, fantastic, whether they're frozen or whether you go to the tequila bar inside. The margaritas are great. The tequila is great. I love tequila. It's amazing. I'm not an alcoholic, but yeah, Mexico has some of the best drinks of any of the countries. They have some really good food, too. I mean, chips and guac is a great snack, or if you're looking for something more fulfilling, they have, like, tacos at that place outside.
Yeah.
Or they have, sit down, the table service restaurant gives you the view of the ride as well.
Yeah, that table service, and then they have the other one that looks out on the water.
The one that opens at night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, really good food, really good drinks. There's a ride there. It's not the greatest ride, but it definitely adds to it. And there's, like, that inside shopping experience as well. That's also kind of cool. And
they have the, like, art exhibit when you first walk into the pavilion.
Yeah. So Mexico is fantastic. There's nothing else that would really make Mexico better. It just has some really tough competition, and that's why it's in second instead of first.
All right. And that brings us to number 1, which is France. That is our favorite country. It's where we spent probably the most time.
And money.
And money. When we... Well, I don't know. Because we didn't really discover the orange drinks until the end of our program.
I don't think that's true.
It was like a month before we left.
I think in that month we drank more of those orange slush drinks than any margaritas
They were so
in Mexico.
good. They were really what makes France number one over Mexico.
Just the
orange
existence of the
drinks,
orange
yeah.
slush. Yeah. The orange slush drink is fantastic, but France is also huge and it has a ton of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 sit-down restaurants, right? There's Chefs de France and there's Monsieur Paul.
And there's the crepe place.
And is that a sit-down restaurant?
Yeah, there's sit down and there's a takeout window.
Okay. So lots of food options. And of course it has a pretty good ride as well. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in the back. Yeah, France pretty much has it all.
It has 2 shows that take turns playing throughout the day. It has the pastry shop.
The
it has
ice cream
the ice cream shop.
There's a little shopping area too.
Yeah.
France is huge. It has so much going on. It has the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Like, it has the best drink anywhere in Disney, honestly, in my opinion. Even though Mexico's great, I think France is the obvious number 1 here.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us know what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, we'd love to get a discussion going in the comments. Any thoughts, opinions you have about the countries themselves or things in the countries, or if you want to just throw your own rankings in the comments below, we'd be interested in seeing what everyone has to say. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like. Maybe also hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more videos from us. We have ranking rides, we have informative things, we have stories from our time as cast members, all sorts of Disney related stuff on this channel. So if you're interested in any of that, hit the subscribe button. And I think that's all we have, right?
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.